What is going on, guys? Rodney here with Crypto Bros, and in tonight's video we're going to be covering Nebulas, and I'm going to shoot to do this in under 5 minutes, kind of a new thing that I want to try. I myself don't like super long videos and I like my content quick and easy, so I'm going to cover this and then I'm going to cover some new stuff at the end. But in terms of covering Nebulas, turn on your timers because here we go. So if you don't know anything about Nebulas, it is being considered the Google search of the blockchain. I'll get into that in just a second. But if you look at this this graphic here, this picture, I think this perfectly encapsulates all that they're doing right now. So as I said, they have a search engine, they're going to have an app store, they have their own token and their own social network, and you'll be able to actually build dApps, which are decentralized apps on this framework. So I'm going to switch over to my super high-tech presentation here, and we're going to cover some of the basic points. So again, Nebulas is the Google search for blockchain, or the Google of blockchain as they're calling it. Nebulas is also considered, a blockchain 3.0. So if you think about like a Cardano or an EOS, it is the same realm of blockchain, the third version of these. And if you look at, in terms of just market cap, Cardano is currently around 16 billion, EOS 9 billion, and NAS, which is trading right between 10 and 12 bucks today, we'll get that at the end, it is under $500 million at this point. Now, what is kind of moving these things forward in terms of like I don't know, I'm drawing a blank here, blockchain 3.0 is a lot of like scaling and speed issues. If we think about like Ethereum and their backbone and smart contracts, right? They have issues with scaling. These guys, like everybody else, everyone's trying to correct scaling and speed, but they're going to be running on the Lightning Network, and word on the street is Lightning Network is actually gaining some transactions. I've heard that Nebulas is working their way up to a million transactions per minute, and that would compete with like credit cards. That's a goal. So now what you kind of need to know about this coin is it's going to be the first blockchain company to have like their own search and their own ranking system on there, which is obviously giving them the the ties to Google. But currently, if you think about like the smart contract backbone or the stuff that's built on Ethereum, there's tons of different projects and coins and apps and stuff that are all built on there, and there's no way to kind of figure out what is what. You'd have to go through everything one by one to kind of figure it out. What these guys are going to be doing is they have a developer incentive protocol, and basically they are incentivizing, see that, I didn't even spell check it, they're incentivizing these developers to build quality, good, useful apps on top of their platform. That'll do a couple things. One, it's going to rank their system so you can see what the best of the best is that are running on their backbone. And two, they're also going to be paid out in Nebulas tokens. So it's like a win-win. They're incentivizing with some type of monetary good, but then also giving them a rank. If you go to a Google search, what's the first thing you always click on when you search something? It's usually the top rank that isn't an ad. So and if you think about all the hundreds and thousands of apps that are going to be coming out in the upcoming years, like this is a pretty big deal. And before I jump over to the team, I'm going to just touch on this point right here. If you caught my video the other night about Icon launching their mainnet, these guys are on schedule to launch their mainnet in Q1 of this year. And if you think about like we're talking about like Cardano, right? Like we're not sure that they have a product yet. We have our eggs in these baskets based on speculation. These guys are launching mainnet Q1 sometime within the next technically 2 months. And what I've heard is they are ahead of schedule. This is great news in terms of pushing them, in front of some of these other players like that. And especially, like I said, considering there's that under $500 million market cap, if this thing gains traction, there's a lot of damage to be done. And I'll tell you, I only have 25 of these tokens, roughly $250 worth. So it's not like I'm balls deep in this. Can I say balls deep? Sure. It's not like I'm super deep in this coin, like it's my number one holding, but I definitely plan on cost averaging my way in. This has recently kind of worked its way into being a top, coin that I'm going to collect over the next year to see where it goes. So where to get it? Gate.io and Huobi. I couldn't set up Huobi a while back, so I gave up on it. So it is on Gate.io. We'll check that towards the end, but there's where you can get it. So if we just kind of swing over here before we talk about the team, a couple quick partners that are in this. Sorry guys, you'll see some recognizable names: Loopring, Open Token, Gifto, Global Blockchain, some other cool stuff. So you guys recognize this. But last but not least, everybody always talks about the team, and I think this is very important in terms of looking historically what these guys have done. This guy, Hitters, is the founder and CEO of Nebulas, but also founder of Neo, AntShares Neo. And I believe he was also in on the Ethereum project. And I heard this factoid from Korean Jew guy. If you check out his channel, I love his videos. He's very in depth on there. He's got a big team to do these things. But I've heard that this guy right here was also a part of the Ethereum project with IOHK Charles Hoskinson, and they basically kind of parted ways from Ethereum based on the fact that they didn't necessarily want to work on projects in the now. They wanted to work on stuff that would be relevant in the future, which honestly makes sense. It's not like that's anything groundbreaking, but he is the founder of Neo. If history repeats itself, like look how well Neo is doing. This guy is also, he's the co-founder, Nebulas and AntShares, co-founder at Neo. So very cool, looks like pretty in-depth team. They also, based on my little extremely great presentation here, they also have people from Google and Alibaba, and I feel like Alibaba's involved in everything, so I'm not even sure how much weight that has. And Ant Financial is like Alibaba's financial group. So there is that. We just hit up CoinMarketCap. We are currently trading at $11.37. 34 cents now. Again, the place to get this is Huobi, which I'm not a big fan of, Gate.io, which I actually like their platform. Some of these other, I don't want to say lower end, but different type of exchanges, I'm thinking like Cryptopia, even hit BTC, like not super impressive. This is actually a pretty decent layout. I like it. It's kind of like KuCoin in a sense. So yeah, there is that. This is actually the Gate.io platform right here. So as always, they do have a referral link. I have posted mine down below. You guys are more than welcome to click that. I haven't actually looked to see what the kickback is. I don't know if it's lower trading fees. I don't actually know. I didn't look, but they do have a referral program, and mine is below. So if you want to use it, that's awesome. If not, no big deal. I don't actually know what the final time is, but that's pretty much all I have from a coverage standpoint here on Nebulas. A couple other things I did want to talk about. We're going to swing over to Binance. Still my number one go-to, ZRX. I'm super pumped about this. Just a great run today. I bought, it actually dipped. If you woke up this morning, chances are your whole portfolio was in the shitter. I went to bed last night at like midnight, and things were okay, and I was up at 5, and literally everything tanked. I heard people talking it being about the futures closing down and the FUD surrounded there. I don't think that was the case at all. If we look at actually what happened in the market, so if you didn't hear, NEM, one of these Japanese exchanges, and I believe it was the biggest one over in Japan, got hacked last night. Over $500 million of NEM was hacked. They shut down the exchange, and that is a large percentage of trading over on the other side of the world, which it came to a halt, and I think that's part of the reason that Bitcoin kind of fell in that down spot again. You can talk about the futures thing, but that was a very low volume amount of coin that was in there, or play, or action, or whatever you want to call it, that it really didn't make a huge splash. So anyway, there was that. The other thing I was going to cover, and I know everybody else has already covered this already, is that Robinhood, the app Robinhood, is going to be holding cryptocurrencies. And actually, why I clicked this article as opposed to the other one that came out the other night is this was the very first thought that I said. So Robinhood offers free trading of type of stocks. If they're able to do, free trades here on their app with cryptocurrencies, we could see a decline in Coinbase users. Now, don't get me wrong. Coinbase is completely surging right now and has been for the last couple of months. I mean, I think they did $1 billion in revenue, and they don't need investors at this point. It's just easy. But this is super interesting and something to think about. If anything, what I like about it, it's going to bring more new money into the market, which is good for the market cap, especially considering I think most of 2018 is going to be super bullish. Even though we're kind of coming out of this down spout, January has sucked for the last 4 years. It sucked this year, and I'm very excited to hit February with the ground running. What was really nice, even though it was somewhat depressing, is we were able to get a lot of good buys over the course of the month, and I think those will pay off long term. The key is just having patience. So I believe that is every single thing that I was going to cover tonight. I don't know what my final time is, but what I'm hoping is that I got through the Nebulas part in just a few minutes so you guys have a good idea of what is going on. So all that being said, if you are finding these videos helpful, you guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Come hang out with us, Crypto Bros. We try to bring you new value-adding content, unbiased opinion. I guess I can't say unbiased, but honest opinion and outlook. I'm no different than any of you guys, except I sit in front of my computer screen for 3 hours a night doing research and shooting low-quality, shitty videos. But we would love to have you, so feel free to hit that subscribe button, toss your boy a like, and that's it, guys. All my referral links and stuff are below. If you want to join on those or jump on them, I greatly appreciate that. I just want you guys to know that I don't monetize my channel or put ads out there, so that is the only little kickback that I get. So if you want to use them, that's friggin' awesome. If not, I love you anyway. So I will check you guys tomorrow. If you're looking into any ICOs, I'm going to kind of do a breakdown within the next couple days of how to get in, how to set up my Ether wallet, do that type of stuff, and how to use that with your Trezor. I'm going to kind of do that this weekend at some point, so keep an eye out for that. And happy Friday, guys. Have a great night. That's all I got. See ya.